You better call your mammy, tell them to take out some insurance.
We're here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to kick some butt. Oh! One fall with a 60-minute time limit for the Southern Heavyweight title. Introducing in the corner to my left from Beverly Hills, California, accompanied by his manager, Percival Pringle III. Here is Rick Rude. Rick Rude. And his opponent to my right, from Chattanooga, Tennessee, weighing in at 235 pounds, presently the Southern Heavyweight Champion, here's Pistol Pez Whatley. Pistol Pez Whatley, one fall, 1 hour time limit.
All right, there you have it, the ring introductions having been made. Pistol Pez Whatley, there's the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt being held by referee Bill Alfonso, Percy Pringle, and in the ring with Ravishing Rick Rude. One fall, 60-minute time limit. And Rude does have, indeed, a most impressive physical development. And so Percy Pringle moves outside the ring. Referee Bill Alfonso calls for the bell, and it is, indeed. Pistol Pez Whatley starts to go after him, collar and elbow, and Rick Rude backing away. Rude appears to have no shortage on vanity whatsoever, buddy.
None whatsoever. The man really thinks he's God's gift to women and to the wrestling world. Now, his reputation is really all that I have to go on. I have never seen this man live in action like we are watching him today. So this is going to be a big test for Ravishing Rick Rude. If he can hold his own against a man like Pistol Pez Whatley, then he is doing something. And Pistol Pez Whatley, of course, has just a fantastic amateur background, become a fantastic professional wrestler, and holds his own with anybody. Right here, a little bit of a test of strength, and it kind of came out even.
Yeah, it did. They were checking each other out for weight, balance, leverage, and strength, and pretty much of a standoff between the two. Once again, they lock up collar and elbow, and once again, it's pretty much of a standoff. Rude, being slightly taller, might have a bit of a leverage advantage there, but Whatley, with a slightly lower center of gravity, might have a bit of a power. He gets the side headlock. Of course, Rude was a professional arm wrestling champion, amongst other things that he has accomplished in his athletic career. Caught with a good shoulder smash and dropped to the canvas. Rude drops down once again. Whatley up and over. Whatley with a cross body block goes in quickly for a pinfall. Count of two, a near fall for Pistol Pez Whatley. And so Whatley is very definitely taking the battle to Rick Rude, rather than using time as his ally, rather than getting on his bicycle and taking his time, knowing the situation. Whatley indeed is taking the battle to Rude.
And of course, with Pistol Pez Whatley being the champion, in many cases when you're the champion will be on the defensive rather than the offensive. As when you are an offensive wrestler, you're leaving yourself open to many more mistakes. But here is, like Gordon said, Pistol Pez Whatley taking the battle right to Ravishing Rick Rude. Here is a test of strength. Rick Rude trying to come out of this side headlock, trying to push it into an overhand wrist lock, and he's doing it. He's a very powerful individual. You can see from the strength in his back and his arms there. It's coming over, and it looks like it is going off in favor of Rick Rude. Pistol Pez Whatley, of course, putting everything is coming back now. It's very close.
Wide stance. It looked like Rude got some extra leverage that time. Referee Bill Alfonso checking quickly. A good wing over by Pistol Pez Whatley into a hip lock takedown, and Ravishing Rick Rude is on the canvas. Referee Bill Alfonso down there checking very quickly and carefully. The Southern Heavyweight Championship at stake. In case you just tuned in, this is a Southern title match, one fall, television time. In other words, one fall, roughly 60 minutes. Pistol Pez Whatley moving against Rick Rude. Whatley defending the Southern title.
Well, if Ravishing Rick Rude hopes to win that Southern heavyweight title, he's going to have to do a little bit better than this. Thus far in the match, it has been almost all Pistol Pass Whatley. Pistol Pass has been able to out-wrestle Rick Rude so far. Let's see what happens here. Well, and down goes Rick Rude. Pistol Pass still keeping complete control.
Good leapfrog by Rude. And Rude tried to set him in. Whatley was a step ahead. And Whatley explodes with a hard right hand. Rude has been staggered, and it may be over quicker than we thought, buddy.
Well, there's Pistol Pass. He keeps coming back up with that side headlock. And once again, you notice how Pistol Pass Whatley, being the accomplished wrestler he is, keeps the weight of his upper body across the torso of Rick Rude. Of course, forcing that oxygen from his system, making Rick Rude use up as much energy as possible. There's Rick trying to pull Pistol Pass off by the back of the hair. The referee, of course, right there, making him break that.
All right, Pistol Pass Whatley keeping a side headlock. Rick Rude now. Having his problems, and Rude, interesting to note that Pringle, and I have to admire this about Percy Pringle, so many managers hang in all the time. Pringle has left ringside and has left Rude to his own devices. A testimony of the utmost confidence he has in a man like Rick Rude. Rude now connects, and it's Whatley firing back. Whatley catching him across the forehead. Rude could be dazed here. Rude smashed into that far turnbuckle, and Rude's got some problems. And Whatley wasting no time on Rude, and Rude is in trouble. Rude swinging wildly now. Rude dazed, and it's Whatley connecting solidly to the midsection and one to the right between the eyes. A snapmare that takes Rude back to the canvas once again.
Well, Rick Rude really hasn't impressed anyone yet. It looks like Pistol Pass Whatley is trying to make short work of this match and retain his Southern heavyweight title. There's that side salsa, and down goes Rick Rude. Looks like Pistol Pass trying for a pinfall. Rick Rude able to power out.
And it is, again, Whatley catching it across the eyes, and it's Rude using that forearm very effectively, and so Rude trying to turn things around here. One has to admit, Rude has successfully staved off some tough challenges by Pistol Pass Whatley, the Southern champion, and is now coming back and asking for more and giving up more. And it's Whatley catching him. That was the inside of the fist. Rude brings him up a full body slam on Pistol Pass Whatley, crashes down with that elbow, but Whatley rolls to one side. It's Whatley back to his feet now. Whatley inside, near cradle. Rude powers out before the count of three. Several near falls thus far. And a headbutt by Rude that backfired on him. Rude in trouble now, and Whatley catches him a forearm across the back.
Well, with Rick Rude being the challenger, this man has been able to stay with anything that Pistol Pass has been able to dish out. It takes a tough man to stay in there, and we'll have to say that Rick Rude is tough. He can take this punishment as well as dish it out. And here's Pistol Pass Whatley going with a big arm drag twist here. And Rick Rude is being bent over in pain. He's going to have to come out of this. Rick Rude is going to have to change his style of wrestling if he wants to win this coveted Southern Heavyweight Championship.
We're going to be having to cut away to a commercial break here pretty shortly. As I said at the beginning of the program, in the event of a pinfall or a submission hold, during the time that we are away on a commercial break, our camera crews will keep rolling and we'll bring it to you on instant replay. But let's keep on with the action here, and we'll get as much as we can in before we go to that commercial break. Whatley in trouble on the far side, and Rude closing in on him. Whatley's been caught in the eyes again. Rude now beginning to punish Whatley. Back of the elbow to the base of the skull of Pistol Pass Whatley. Another straight shot into the head of Pistol Pass Whatley. And Whatley, some problems going here.
This This is one thing right now. It looks like the tide in professional wrestling can change so very quickly. Now it's all Rick Rude. Pistol Pass Whatley being hurled into the corner turnbuckle here. Let me tell you, under that little bit of padding, that is solid steel under there. Pistol Pass is going to have to come back and retaliate somehow. Pistol Pass has been slowed down to a crawl by Rick Rude.
Whatley now explodes back into the jaw, and Rude turns and walks away. Rude has got some cobwebs working in that head of his as Pistol Pass Whatley scores again. Pistol Pass Whatley brought that one from the backyard, and we're going to have to cut away. If anything happens during this break, we'll be right back, but we'll be back in just 1:20. The referee has been knocked out of the ring. Pistol Pass Whatley has been knocked out, and it is... There you see Whatley, and it is Rick Rude, the referee, trying to get it together. The referee starting to count. Pistol Pass Whatley trying gamely to get back to his feet. And it's Pistol Pass Whatley trying to get back in there. Ooh! Rick Rude place-kicking Pistol Pass Whatley as he came into the ring. The referee not aware at all of what occurred. And so the count was down, a count of 3. And Rick Rude...
We have a new champion.
We do indeed. But the manner in which we got that new champion certainly leaves a lot to be desired. Rick Rude taking that Southern Heavyweight Championship belt out of the ring. Referee Bill Alfonso totally unaware as to what happened, and assistance being rendered now to Pistol Pass.
That just goes to show you when Percy Pringle says something, it comes true. This is your new champion. This is the new champion right here. This is the man that you want to keep eye on, not that man in the ring there.
Well,
this is the champion.
Mr. Pringle, there were certainly some extenuating circumstances regarding that title. Let's go back.
No, sir.
We were away for a commercial break.
No, that's not necessary.
Let's go back if we can, if our director has.
That's not necessary.
Let's take a look at that incident as it. All right. Now, both men had battled their way outside the ring. Now, the battle moved
That man's
outside
supposed
the
to be a
ring.
wrestler. He ain't no wrestler. Look at him slamming his hand to the ring. That's not wrestling. Not wrestling at all. Look at him pulling. He pulled his tight. Now I'm going to sit down.
Going to sit
Yes, sir.
down.
Yes, sir. I was going to sit down in my corner with my chair, and look what he did to me. Now look, he got me by my tie. There's my call for it. I'm not no wrestler. I ain't a wrestler. I'm a
watch
man.
that. There you see it.
I'm a wrestler.
There you see it.
See nothing. Pistol Pass is finished. Gordon, I hate to be the kind of guy to tell you I told you so, but I told you so. I didn't come in here to start at the bottom and work my way up. I came here to start at the top and stay there. And Gordon, no matter what you say, right here, brother, this is the bottom line.
Yes, sir. He has a belt now. He is the champion. None of this means anything. Just send Whatley back home to his mammy.
The referee had been knocked out of the ring. You saw Rick Rude, of all people, helping him back in. And then the count was started. Now, watch carefully. Of course, we saw this happen just a moment ago. But Pistol Pass Whatley, who had been knocked unconscious,
I don't know why you're showing all this.
gamely coming back to his feet. And now watch as he doesn't even get a chance to get into the ring fully. And so Rick Rude does.
This is a pin.
It looks to me like you've got your hand on those.
3. Your new champion. That's your new champion right there. It don't matter. It's over with. This is your champion. This is your champion. This is
Bottom line, Gordon Solie, right there. Am I right or wrong?
Believe me,
Is that the bottom line?
Believe
send
me,
Whatley
it's
a
the
crying towel
bottom
over there and be
line.
fine.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment. It's the Night of Champions and Fantastic Wrestling, brought to you by the NWA and Championship Wrestling from Florida. This coming Wednesday night in Miami Beach at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Match time is 8 p.m. in a steel cage. The loser of the fall must leave town. It'll be the fabulous Freebirds going up against Crusher Khrushchev for Zirkov and the Saint. Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, and Buddy Robertson. The ring will be surrounded by a steel cage. In an Australian tag team match, Sweet Brown Sugar and Hacksaw Butch Reed returns to take on the Pretty Young Things. In a Southern title rematch, and that rematch clause was in the contract, as we saw earlier, Pistol Pez Whatley goes up against Ravishing Rick Rude. In the first blood match, it'll be Mr. B, Brian Blair, against Jesse Barr. And it will be Dutch Mantell against King Cobra, the Missing Link against Jack Hart, Wild Bill Irwin against Mike Golden. We turn quickly to Mr. B. First blood, first man to bleed least.
That's right, Gordon. You know, you heard of the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, Jesse Barr, everybody knows what happened last week in Sunrise in Fort Lauderdale. Well, it's time to pay Jesse Barr. I'm tired of fooling with you. First blood, you know what that means. All the people knows what that means. You know, Gordon, I try to conduct myself as a gentleman. I try to get up here and be a true champion. But when it comes down to it, Jesse Barr, wrestling's out. First blood, Jesse Barr, be there.
Yes.
Well, you know, I ain't got time to talk about much. You know, Gordon, and everybody else know what happened on that TV. They seen what happened. You know, I can't whoop a man with a chair and another man with a board, and both of them coming at me at the same time. But I'm going to tell you what, Rick Rude, the war just now started. Yes, it has just now started. And so when you get down there in Miami, you get ready for something that you ain't never seen before. Because if you think you're going to throw away the rule book, you wait till you get this hill into you in Miami.
This is a standby match. One fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left, accompanied by their manager, the Boss Man from Beverly Hills, California, weighing in at 468 pounds. PYT number 1 and PYT number 2, the Pretty Young Things. And their opponents to my right, from New Mexico, with a combined weight of 484 pounds. Currently the United States Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Mark and Jay Youngblood. One fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Well, a tremendous test here for both the Pretty Young Things and Mark and Jay Youngblood. The Youngbloods, of course, are the United States Tag Team Champions, and deservedly so. They're great athletes, great competitors, and are extremely popular with wrestling fans throughout the entire world. The Pretty Young Things, under the direction of the boss man Percy Pringle, great opportunity for them to prove their worth and to possibly garner themselves a chance at the U.S. Tag Team Championship. Good wing over there. You see the boss man Pringle.
This here should be a very close match. Both tag teams are just great wrestlers, great athletes in the ring. The Youngbloods might have a slight edge on wrestling skill and ability, but I tell you, when it comes to tricks and the shortcuts in the ring, you cannot underestimate the Pretty Young Thing. And the boss man is right there at ringside, keeping a very close eye on what's going on here. And what happened in the previous match is going to be a good example of the boss man, Percival Pringle, and his dynasty. Then people in Florida could be in for a lot of trouble.
And it's Mark Youngblood squaring off against the Pretty Young Thing, and Mark Youngblood towering over him in height and size. Well, we may have time, now that we're into standby matches, let me run down some of the standby matches that we had. Of course, we had this match ready in the event that the Southern title match did not go the full distance. We'll also, hopefully, I know Brian Blair was listed, also Dutch Mantell, and possibly we'll be seeing the Freebirds, and that should be interesting to see the Freebirds in action.
Well, here's Mark Youngblood with a headlock on Coco Ware, coming over with a big hard body tackle. Down goes Coco Ware. You see the boss man there was quite excited there at the ringside because his man just got knocked out with a very hard tomahawk chop. And the pretty young thing is in trouble.
Pringle somewhat frustrated outside the ring, obviously, and leaning in and offering words of encouragement. Mark Youngblood. And pretty young thing complaining about a karate thrust, and it was not. It was a tomahawk chop.
Well, Mark Youngblood being forced back into the corner. Coco Ware just taking full advantage of this situation. Very nice reversal. And the tide changes so very quickly, and down goes Coco Ware.
There you have those high backdrops, and with Mark Youngblood being well over 6 feet tall. And the pretty young thing was over 8 feet in the air when he was ceremoniously dumped into that gimmick. Now it's Jay Youngblood moving in. Quick double teaming on the pretty young things. And the pretty young thing's in trouble. Pretty young things in trouble now as Mark and Jay Youngblood, the U.S. Tag Team Champions, are beginning to show exactly why they are the U.S. Tag Team Champions. The finest tag team combination going today.
Well, it's quite obvious. Coco Ware is going to have to get over and tag out to his partner Norvell offense. Well, like I said before, things do change so quickly in professional wrestling. One mistake, just one slight mistake, and everything can go against you. And Mr. Youngblood did make a mistake there, and the tide has changed. Big hard headbutt, and he's back in trouble again.
All right, the pretty young thing now beginning to really do some damage to Mark Youngblood, and now the tag is made once again. Coco Ware moving in the place of Norvell Austin, and it is Coco Ware charging, and Youngblood slipped away from it, made the tag. Hits Jay Youngblood in there now, exploding on the pretty young things to this Jay Youngblood. Catching both of them repeatedly now in the head and in the throat. Youngblood looking strong out there against the pretty young things. We've really got, in a sense, a four-way going here. Beautiful flying drop kick that time. And it is... Ooh! Youngblood caught it. And referee Bill Alfonso very quickly calling for the bell.
Like Jay Youngblood tried to see it coming, tried to block it as best he could. It looks like he is down and out. Well, that very hard hickory cane of the boss man there. But the referee did see it. The match is over. The Youngbloods are the winners.
No question about that. The boss man interfering. And now they're continuing to punish Jay Youngblood. And the referee has called for the bell. Wait a minute. Here comes Mike Allen. And the pretty young things hurdle Mike Allen through the ring ropes. Mark Youngblood is still outside the ring, and they continue to punish Jay Youngblood, who has been badly lacerated. And the pretty young things running roughshod, but they have been disqualified. Referee Bill Alfonso wasting no time whatsoever. Wait a minute, there's Buddy Roberts, Dutch Mantell, and the pretty young things decide discretion is the better part of valor. They leave the ring under the urging of the boss man, Percy Pringle. So the winners, but badly battered and torn, are indeed the U.S. Tag Team Champions, Mark and Jay Youngblood. We'll be right back.
Well, buddy, it really is good to be here, and I guarantee you that coming up pretty soon, and Miami, Florida has been chosen as site. You're going to see the return and the reunited combination of Mr. Sweet Brown Sugar and Mr. Hacksaw Butch Reed. Now, anybody down here that has followed us, the last 2 years we were together as a tag team, we were the most devastating black tag team that's ever come through professional wrestling because of the strength of Hacksaw Butch Reed and the speed of Sweet Brown Sugar. And when he picks them PYTs up and that gorilla press, and I'm sure the Youngbloods are not through with them yet, but they're going to have to come through by us. I guarantee you, Buddy Coach, and I guarantee all the people out there, Hacksaw Butch Reed and myself are going to do the high five in Miami, and we're going to run the PYT Express right out of town.
Well, Sugar, I can speak from personally knowing Hacksaw Butch Reed and what he can do, and I will concur with you completely. Not just one of the greatest black tag teams, but regardless of anywhere in the entire world, I have never seen a more accomplished tag team. I would like to take a moment to go to a very special tape film of Hacksaw Butch Reed in action. With a combination like this, and Sugar, I know you have the most devastating drop kick I've ever seen.
That's right, Gordon, and I guarantee you I'm going to use it when I get down to Miami, and I guarantee you Hacksaw Butch Reed is up to 265 or 70 pounds. It ain't no stopping us now. How do you lose with the stuff you use?
Well, I don't think you're going to lose, and I wish you all the luck in the world, and just good luck to you.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Now we finally have the three fabulous Freebirds. All three of the brother teams, the Freebirds, are finally arrived, and Terry Gordy, it's great to have you here.
Brother. It's good to be here with my brothers. We're here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to kick some butt right here in Florida, brother.
It's great to have everybody here. We promised people we were going to do things. We're taking care of them. A lot of things going on. Lakeland on the 9th, Sarasota on the 16th, but the big thing is this Wednesday in Miami. Our good friend J.J. French, the Twisted Sisters, going to be there to see the Birds rock and roll, buddy.
Well, there you have it from the fabulous Freebirds, and they're looking forward to Miami, and they're going to be throughout the state, and a more dangerous threesome I've never seen. Now let's go back to Gordon Solie.
All right, there you see it. It'll be the missing link coming up now, going up against two opponents, Rocky King and Mike Allen. It'll be one fall with a 10-minute time limit, waiting now for the arrival of the missing link. He, too, is under the management and care of one Percy Pringle. Referee Bill Alfonso moving in. There's the missing link. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Jay Goodley.
This next match is a handicap match. And introducing in the corner to my right, from Old Homosassa, 224 pounds, here's Mike Allen. And his partner from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, Rocky Hamilton. And their opponent, Percival Pringle III, presents the missing link. This standby match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Okay, the missing link, and as Percy Pringle said, he wanted two opponents. He had two last week, and he's got two this week, and both of them in the ring at the same time. So he is really taking a handicap out here. Rocky King, and very quickly, Rocky King thrown into those ropes. And now King closing in from behind, and the missing link, all but oblivious to that. Missing link smashes Rocky King into that far turnbuckle, charges back at Mike Allen. Mike Allen ducks to one side. Brother, this missing link is just all over you all the time.
Well, I tell you, this missing link is a real masochist. You can't hurt this man. See, look at that. Oh, my God. What power, what strength he had. Caught him in midair, and you slammed him down to the canvas. And back on Mike Allen now. This man is one of the most dangerous and deadly I've ever seen in the ring. Nothing hurts us. Nothing can stop him. It's going to take a great wrestler to even come close to this man.
Hey, drop kick there, and Mike Allen coming up very, very slowly, so is King.
It was like they drop kicked an oak tree.
Allen hurdled outside the ring, and he's got a knee, ankle that's all torn up. It's all over for Mike Allen. I don't believe he's going to be able to compete any further. And Rocky King catching at full force from the missing link, and the left ankle, I believe, of Mike Allen is gone. The left left ankle of Mike Allen is gone. The missing link looking to see if he has anything more to do, but no, he's cleaned up the ring. He has cleaned up the ring, and so the missing link continues his undefeated way. Another reminder about Wrestling the Night of Champions brought to you by the NWA this coming Wednesday night. Match time is 8 p.m. in the Miami Beach Convention Center. In a steel cage match, the loser of the fall must leave town. The fabulous Freebirds in a six-man tag team match. Bad Street USA, Michael Hayes, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, and Buddy Roberts going up against Crusher Khrushchev, Boris Zirkov, and The Saint. In an Australian tag team match, Sweet Brown Sugar and his tag team partner, Hacksaw Butch Reed, going up against the Pretty Young Things, who will be accompanied at ringside by Mr. Percy Pringle. In a Southern Heavyweight Championship rematch, Pistol Pez Whatley going after Ravishing Rick Rude. In a first blood match, it will be Mr. B, Brian Blair, against Jesse Barr. The first man who bleeds will lose the match. Dutch Mantell takes on King Cobra. The missing link goes up against Jack Hart. It will be Wild Bill Irwin against Mike Golden. All of this action will take place Wednesday night. Right now, I want to talk to Sweet Brown Sugar. You and Hacksaw.
I wonder, is Miami ready for me and Butch Reed again? That's all I want to know. Because everybody in Miami know that we were the most devastating tag team combination ever stepped in the ring in the state of Florida. And let me tell you something, Pringle, my time's limited on you because, you act kind of funny to me. And you know something? If your IQ was 3 points less, you'd be a bald egg. And you talking about pretty young things. Coco wearing Norvell Austin. As far as me and Butch is concerned, you're nothing but a couple of flunkies. Even Jesse Jackson said just because you were born in the ghetto doesn't mean the ghetto is still in you. But the ghetto is still in you, guys. And when Butch Reed picks you up in that big gorilla slam, and when I come out that second rope with that drop kick, you won't see no more of the pretty young thing. Because Miami, see it like a native. And me and Butch Reed is two of the wildest, ignorant natives this side of the Nile River.
Thank you so very much, Sweet Brown Sugar. And I'll tell you what, Pretty Young Things are in for a tough night indeed. Let's listen to these comments now from the Saint and then from the Boss.
En Miami vamos a ver lo que va a pasar en el último viaje, que los Freebirds se van a meter en el ring con el Wrestling, el cubano y este hombre que están mirando aquí. Y alguien no va a luchar no más en Miami, porque van a saber que los cubanos y los Wrestlers sí son número uno. De todo lo que quedó y solo tú cubanos, todos los pobres que hay allá afuera, mírame bien, porque siempre van a tener que mirarme. Porque alguien se va a ir y va a ser Michael Hayes o Terry Gordy o Buddy Roberts. Uno de ellos, adiós, no más van a luchar en Miami.
Miami, Florida. I tell you what, Brown Sugar, you better be going to the eye doctor. You better get your other eye fixed where you can see when you hit the floor, because you're going to be spending a lot of time on the floor. Because my men right here are the greatest wrestlers in the world today, the greatest tag team. I only manage champions. The Pretty Young Thing, the Missing Link, Rick Rude, the Stable, the Pringle Dynasty, all coming to Miami together. And we're not coming on a crop duster. We will be on the Learjet. We will. And here is my new champion, Mr. Rick Rude.
Looking too good and feeling even better, the new Southern Heavyweight Champion. You know, I'm not the kind of guy to say I told you so, but Pistol Pez, I told you so. And I could think of a lot of places I'd rather be on a Wednesday night than that sinkhole of the world, Miami. But I'm going to take time out to be there. And Pistol Pez, you better bring your pistol, you better bring your shotgun, and you better bring some of them bloods with you, brother. Because when I'm finished with you, they're going to have to use a squeegee to clean you up off the ring. How about it, boss man?
That's right. The Pringle Dynasty has just begun. We're on a roll. We're coming to Miami.
You know, a lot of people talking about a lot of things, but I'm going to make this promise, because people seen today that all the brothers are with us, and Miami's wanted it. Miami's going to get it. Somebody's leaving town. The Russians is going to be it, because Bad Street can't be no better than it's going to be on the 30th.
One fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, weighing in at 253 pounds, here's Mike Golden. Mike Golden. And his opponent to my right from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 232 pounds, currently the Florida heavyweight champion, the popular B. Brian Blair. Brian Blair, one fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Mr. B, the Florida heavyweight champion, moving out against Mike Golden. A quick takedown and a ride, and Golden makes it to the ring ropes. Single leg pickup. Caught the near leg and got Golden off his feet, but it's Golden once again making to the ring ropes. Well, Mr. Golden, I think, has decided that he's going to have an ally in those ring ropes, because that's twice very, very quickly that he went to those ropes. However, and once again he bowls Brian Blair back into the turnbuckle.
Well, that, of course, is probably one of the easiest counter holds in wrestling, to force your opponent into the ring rope or get a leg in the ropes, which forces a break where you have to start all over. But Mr. B, Brian Blair, has been and is a wrestling champion. He always has been. And right now, here he's throwing, you can see Mike Golden, very smart move on the part of Mr. B. Nice double leg trip, and down goes Mike Golden, coming up with an arm bar. And with the face of Mike Golden right down the rope, you see Mike Golden once again going for the rope, which forces that break.
And for the third time now, Golden in the red trunks has utilized that. There's a good profile of Mr. B, Brian Blair, out of Tampa Tech, and then on to the University of Louisville. Golden, short chopping right hand, and it's Mr. B, Brian Blair, showing that he can fight fire with fire if necessary. Caught him, beautiful power slam by Mr. B. Well executed power slam. Golden coming up very slowly. He was stunned, the wind knocked out him. And Mr. B, Brian Blair, caught him coming off the top rope with that elbow that stuns Golden. Puts Golden down, Golden back on his feet, Irish whip. And a forearm across the jaw, hooks the far leg, gets the pinfall, it's all over. The Florida champion, Mr. B, Brian Blair, victorious. NWA Wrestling returns to Miami Beach at the Miami Beach Convention Center this coming Wednesday night, January 30th. Match time is 8 p.m. In a steel cage match, loser of the fall leaves town. It'll be the fabulous Freebirds against Crusher Khrushchev, Boris Zirkov, and the Saint. In an Australian tag team match, Sweet Brown Sugar and Hacksaw Butch Reed face the Pretty Young Things. In a Southern title rematch, it'll be Pistol Pez Whatley against Ravishing Rick Rude. In a first blood match, Mr. B, Brian Blair, takes on Jesse Barr. There will be 3 other matches. Now, let's listen to these comments from the boss man.
Mr. Hacksaw Reed, I don't know where you got that name from, but I think it's kind of funny to me. Miami, Florida, Pringle is coming. The Pretty Young Things are coming. Mr. Brown Sugar, Mr. Reed, you better call your mammy, tell them to take out some insurance, because you're surely gonna need it after Miami.
I want to say something, Reed, and let's get ready, because we are coming, and we're going to kick your
match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right with a combined weight of 686 pounds, the team of Tony D'Amato, Jack Hart, and King Cobra. And their opponent from Bad Street, USA, with a combined weight of 740 pounds, the fabulous Freebirds. One fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Okay, the fabulous Freebirds moving out now. Buddy Roberts, Michael Hayes, and Bam Bam Terry Gordy. And it's Roberts first out against Jim Hart. Remember this match, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Good high hit toss by Buddy Roberts and a good drop kick by Roberts. Hart moves in, collar and elbow. It's a series of chain moves now by Buddy Roberts. He gets over, makes the tag with Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes. Brother Hayes wasting his time on Hart. And a chop into the throat. Bad Freak USA, you got it. In the fabulous Freebirds. Hayes catches Hart coming off the ropes. And it's Michael Hayes, Buddy Robertson, Bam Bam, Terry Gordy. Hart gets the side headlock. Hayes fires him off, drops to the canvas. Hart catches Gordy, and Gordy moves into the ring. Gordy moves into the ring, and he catches Hart. And Terry Gordy wasting no time now. And Jim Hart throws him back into Michael Hayes. Hayes catches him. And so Bad Freak USA is moving on. Hart jams into the turnbuckle. Hayes right on top of him again. Hart fires the midsection, fires one to the side of the head of Michael Hayes. Hayes caught now by King Cobra and Tony D'Amato. Tag is made. King Cobra moves in. It's Michael Hayes trying to battle his way out. King Cobra punishing. Now D'Amato moves in there, and Michael Hayes battling his way. Michael Hayes across the rope. Makes the tag. Bam Bam. Terry Gordy is in. And Terry Gordy. Beautiful drop kick on Tony D'Amato. Texas D'Amato coming off the rope, smashes him into the far turnbuckle. Tag is made. King Cobra moves in. And it's Bam Bam, Terry Gordy. Irish whip. Bottom of the size 14 coming off the ropes. Brings him up. Mile driver by Terry Gordy. Lateral press. He's got the pinfall. Wait a minute. D'Amato charges in. And wait a minute. Terry Gordy moving against D'Amato. Hurdles him out of the ring. And now Gordy, after Jimmy Hardin, throws him out of the ring. And so Terry Gordy single-handedly took on all 3 of them and dispatched them very quickly indeed. Watch out. We'll be back.
Now it all comes down to this Saturday night, February 2nd at the Orange Bowl. United Sports presents the Grand National Motor Spectacular. Awesome, flame-throwing, gear-shattering, axle-swapping power. The Hot Rod Truck and Tractor Super Bowl National Championship. 2- and 4-wheel drive trucks and the multi-engine dragster track sing like the Mud Racing Winter Nationals with a jet-powered Silver Eagle, plus the Tug of War, special truck competition, a dash for cash, and the T-Bone Crash. Much more, plus the Monster Car Torture Tara. The big one is back at the Orange Bowl.
Time now for another missing children's bulletin. Our first missing child is Desi Salutis Jr. He is 14 years old, about 5 feet 3, and weighs approximately 120 pounds. Desi was last seen May of 1982 in Miami, Florida. Anyone having any information on him, please call in Florida, 1-800-342-0821. Outside of Florida, 1-904-448-5221. Our second missing child is Angela Leah Retrossi. She is 15 years old. She was last seen June 15th in Edgewood, Maryland. Anyone having any information, please contact 1-800-342-0821 or 1-904-448-5221. We have a match in progress right now. Jesse Barr moving out against Dutch Mantell. 1 fall television time remaining. I've asked the Florida heavyweight champion, Mr. B, Brian Blair, to join us.
This is a tremendous match already. Action started, Jesse Barr, Dutch Mantell, both top competitors, both great athletes. Jesse Barr wants that Florida heavyweight title back. Right now, Dutch Mantell moving out, excellent cross body, but Jesse powered out. Gordon, both these men are tough, and I've had some tough matches with Jesse Barr. Right now, Dutch moves into a full arm and twist, got the arm barred.
Well, I know, of course, that this man is trying every trick in the book to try and get that title back away from you, Brian.
Well, he sure has, Gordon. I can't take away anything away from the man. He's tried, and he's tried hard, but I'm going to keep on defending that title against any man that wants a title shot, including Jesse Barr.
Well, I don't want to diminish the Florida title at all, but the situation between you and Jesse has boiled down to something extremely personal.
Well, it sure has, Gordon. You know, it's come to more than just the title. And, you know, the title means a lot to me, but when you're an athlete, you've got a lot of pride and a lot of self-respect. And, you know, Jesse's broken that with me. And he's made me have to dig down deep, and he's made me have to think more. In other words, Gordon, he's turned it more into a personal issue than just the Florida Heavyweight Championship.
It's Barr and Mantell now battling away, and thus Van Niederman has been able to get a pinfall or a submission. Oh, they lock up collar and elbow once again. Barr misses with a swinging right hand, and Mantell right in behind him and gets him with a beautiful atomic knee drop. It jammed him into that turnbuckle, and Mr. Barr's got some problems here.
He sure does. Dutch has got him now. He's got him rocking and rolling. This should be interesting. I hope our television time doesn't run out here. Tremendous knee lift by Jesse Barr. Tremendous knee lift. You know, you can't take anything from this Barr, Gordon. He is an athlete. Dutch outsmarted him there.
And a tremendous athlete at that, I might add, is Mantell. Gets him in a beautiful vertical suplex. Barr is down.
Here you have both men going at 100% speed, both trying to get a pinfall, knowing there's very little time left in this TV time limit match, and a pinfall is very important to either of these men.
Well, I know Dutch is looking for that Florida title as well.
Well, you know, Gordon, like I said, like I told the people of Florida when I first won the heavyweight title, that I would wrestle anybody for the Florida heavyweight title, including Dutch Mantell. You know, I respect Dutch, and I'm sure we'd have a scientific...
Thank you so very much, and the bell has rung, so this match is a draw.
It is with a deep sense of regret that I announce to you at this time the untimely death of a friend, a colleague, and a leader, Eddie Graham. Eddie was not only a leader in the ranks of wrestling, both professional and amateur, but a leader in humanitarian efforts. From a legendary wrestler, he became president of the National Wrestling Alliance. In his lifetime, he helped to originate the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch and Girls Villa and numerous other philanthropic activities. He was twice named Citizen of the Year for his long-standing aid to others, not only on a local level, but nationally as well. He was a man of great innate intelligence, a man who was sometimes compassionate to a fault. He carried many burdens beyond his own. It was written once, if I have somehow expressed a fear or philosophy or a frustration or an acceptance that you have known or understood, and I'm not alone. Eddie, you're not alone. Until next week, then, this would be Gordon Solie saying so long from the Sunshine State.